This is going to be the sickest call of all time.
Yeah, like Barry and I, we're gonna argue for 10,000. I give it to him when he wants.
Aces for Barry under the gun.
The price don't have anything to do with it.
Without breaking stride, he raises to 2,500.
I give it to you when you won. You didn't say, okay, go ahead. Give it to me right
Dwan's in. David's in.
now. We're gonna have two bets. One 10,000 for February.
Ellie's in.
Wow, here we go, huh?
Simple.
Ziggy's in.
For the summer.
What am I doing here?
Okay.
4, right?
You should at least make it like 11,000 for the summer, so that you can be up 1,000.
Is the difference? Is
6.
Wait, family pot.
Right.
It is family pot.
Right.
He's not gonna want to.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Oh my God.
We have an eight-handed pot.
Eight-handed pot.
Bing bang. He's
Yep,
got
it's
the whole
first
gang.
tonight.
You guys want to chop?
Who opened this pot that got 7 callers? That's all I want.
Barry can't be comfortable getting so many callers.
A 10 and 2 deuces on the flop.
Peter Eastgate's flopped 3 deuces.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good flop for Barry. He wants to see what's going on.
That's 10,000.
Dwan's got 10s with a queen kicker. But he's also got 7 people behind him. And Barry's fight a continuation bet.
You know that was a Gale Sayers, don't you? That was a Gale Sayers.
Dwan's going to raise to 37,300.
I don't know what he's doing. He's got to know that Barry's really got a hand here. It's possible with 8 players in the hand that somebody has a deuce, like Peter Eastgate. So I don't understand why Dwan would raise that much money. But Peter Eastgate seems a little intimidated by the raise.
And he's going to call.
He just calls. And now what's Barry going to do with his aces? Barry calls. It's turning out to be a very interesting hand.
Yeah. 7 on the turn.
Peter and Barry check. Of the 3 players, Dwan has got the weakest hand.
Yeah.
Run down Daniel jokes. I need
Got your new book.
you to get this one. How long I can keep doing it?
You know, I've been so sick of writing for like a while now. I have a column that I write a week. This week I said, you know what, I'm done. I had 2 before.
He bets $104,200.
He's got the weakest hand but the biggest heart. And Peter Eastgate says, well, what's going on here? I got $500,000 in front of me. Do I want to risk it? I question what Dwan did on the flop, but right now I think he knows exactly where he's at.
Wow.
Peter Eastgate releases. He thinks, well, Dwan could very easily have ace deuce. And I'm not risking all this money. And Dwan realized that Peter Eastgate probably had a weak deuce. Now it's up to Barry. Barry realizes that Tom Dwan's got quite an imagination, but does he have this much imagination? It's going to cost Barry his whole stack also, because he's not going to just call here, he's going all in.
Wow.
Barry throws it away.
I had it.
You had it.
I had it.
Oh, he had 10.
Barry fold the best hand.
Well, duh.
He had the best hand.
I was going to move in against it,
Peter
but
had
he
the
didn't
best
call. I
hand.
figured you could bet into that.
Peter had the best hand.
But he's up 100,000, so he must be doing something right.
Sahami has raises to 4,000 with his ace-10 offsuit. Negreanu's in with 7s.
And Peter Eastgate's got his second big pair in a row, pair of jacks.
And he's going to raise to 20 grand.
Now, what's Mr. Dwan going to do with a pair of fours here? We know he's calling.
Yeah.
This is not the Big Papa. This is the skinny Jersey kid. And it looks like he's going to raise.
He's going to raise to $58,700.
Daniel's not going to play his sevens. Because it's Dwan, Peter's heavily weighing his options, I think. But he decides just to call. Now, it'd be interesting to see what happens if three small cards come off.
Well, 8 queen ace.
No small cards, but 2 overcards to Peter's jacks. Check there. That's kind of like waving a white flag, especially the way he checked.
What do you mean the way he checked?
Well, it wasn't a strength check.
Yeah, it was kind of weak.
And Tom Dwan, who at his young age is a master of reading people,
is going to bet $62,200 here.
it's a really good bet. It's half the size of the pot. Kind of bet he would make if he had an ace-king.
How much do you got? 9.
About 215.
Peter Eastgate does not want to go away gently. If he would play back at Tom Dwan in this position, he would gain full professional status. This would be a great move, and he's thinking about it.
Yes.
He's still thinking about it. Something just doesn't smell right to him. But he can't pull the trigger.
Too easy. Well, I mean, I probably would have raised, but now I'll be fair.
I checked them. Since you're being fair, I won't raise.
Patrick limped in also with ace-8. Howard limped in with the ace-king of hearts. Dwan's got ace-6 of clubs.
First action?
10 deuce 5 on the flop.
And 9s are still the best hand. However, the guy with the worst hand, or the second worst hand,
That's 3,400.
Durr is in the building.
Yeah.
He bets 3,400 with nothing.
And Antonio calls.
That's up to the turn.
There's an ace on the turn.
3 diamonds, another overcard to Antonio's 9s. Look how apprehensive people are when they're in a hand with Durr. Look at that look on his face.
This guy's gonna play 4 tables at once online. I don't believe it. The timeout of every one, wouldn't he?
Daniel getting on Durr again for taking too much time.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him about the 50,000 hand challenge.
And Durr bets 9,700.
Only thing Antonio can beat is a stone cold bluff.
For that.
Yeah. Who?
I think so.
Who's taking it?
I mean, I don't want to mention in case they end up not doing it.
Patrick might take it. Patrick, are you? He's here. You know the deal.
Someone else will
It
do it.
hasn't changed. Durr officially offers you $1.5 million.
So Durr just sat down and stole $10,000 from Antonio in this pot.
Well, for this hand, Viffers put the straddle on.
Just think if you would have super straddled.
Never, ever.
And Dwan is sick of sitting still. Dwan says, enough of this. I'm playing. 7-3 of diamonds, 6,000.
Bam.
Can see the enjoy.
Alan Meltzer calls.
Oh, baby.
Ellie's in with his ace-10.
That's about right.
These three on our last hand of the evening.
8-4 ace.
Interesting flop.
Couple diamonds.
Dwan's got the flush draw. Meltzer and Ellie have got aces.
Dwan bets 14,600.
$14,1? $14,6?
Allen might have been considering a raise, but I think he's made up his mind to call here.
Yep.
Now you got Dwan, who raised before the flop. An ace comes on the flop. Dwan bets. Allen calls. What does Ellie do? Ace 10.
Raise to 45,000.
Raise to 45,000.
You got raised.
You are correct, sir. And as Viffer says, he got raised. And what does he do? If he goes all in and Ellie has a higher flush draw,
About 250, roughly.
Durr's in bad shape.
Less.
He's just going to call. Allen's gone. Mr. Durr needs a diamond.
Here we go.
Welcome to Mr. Durr needs a diamond.
You were like the pickle in the middle, Alan.
Jack of hearts.
Mr. Durr does not get his diamond. Ellie looks a little confused here.
Yeah.
He's not sure. Durr had another opportunity to draw out on the river, but he didn't get there. He's very likely to bet here because he is Durr and because he's got 7 high. And because he knows that Ellie's hand probably isn't that strong.
$57,300.
I think that bet is in case Ellie's got a flush draw also and doesn't have an ace. But Ellie does have an ace, and it looks like he's calling. There he goes.
All right.
I have 7 high. Nice hand.
Second nut flush from Phil Ivey.
No, so he played 2 flushes today?
And he just called.
Yeah, but Helmuth got kind of screwed over, huh?
Yeah, flush, and then ace jack.
Well, you've all seen it. We never thought we'd live to see the day, but these players are showing sympathy for Phil Hellmuth.
Race.
Thanks a lot.
18,300. Ace queen of clubs.
Cost me $4 grand.
Another 4 dimes in there. I woke
Maybe.
you up.
What is it, bet?
Bad spot for Daniel. He's out. Gus doesn't even think about the ace-10 of hearts. However, we have a man very seriously contemplating the jack-7 of spades here. You never know what's going to happen in Durland. Here's your 18-3 right here. King Jack for Antonio.
Thank you.
No thank you. Gus would have flopped 3 tens. Dwan checks. Continuation, Dario? No, grazie. That 9 gives Tom Dwan a double belly buster to make a straight with an 8 or a queen.
Buy some honey and milk and honey.
And of course, that's good for 31-8. Dario must be thinking, should I come over the top here? Try to represent King's full?
Could it be dolly?
Dwan says, try it, son.
Third day.
It would have worked, but Dario can't pull the trigger. I would estimate that maybe 1 out of 100 people would have won that hand in that situation against that opponent with Jack 7 of spades.
There's many weaknesses in my game that people can exploit. You can ask Dur about them. He'll give you the list.
When's Barry getting here?
You might have to pay him something.
Come from these, though.
What's it? 30 what?
30.
Respect.
Dur is the last one. We're going to find out about the respect card right now. This is the
Here it
moment.
comes, 40,000.
From Dur, you don't know what to expect at any time in your life. It's total wild card madness game with Dur.
There is about 18,000 out there already. Both Phil and Antonio are goading Dwan into raising here, hoping that he doesn't. But he does.
And enter the wild card madness card. That's a 25. I don't even have one of those. He goes right to the exploit me, and he knows that I have to give up 5 chips to call. 5 instead of just 1.
A cool 25,000 raise with 8-9 of spades.
Should be 100 more. 100 more? You made it 39.
He's the best. He just torture me. So when I try and get in with 1 chip, he puts in 2. Dur might be the best.
So it's a 1 blue chip?
Yeah.
Ellie's big winner. He might take a shot.
1 blue chip. A lot of people at home call it a 1 blue chip.
Just 1 blue chip.
Worst lay down I ever make in my life.
The math of the hand, like if I just call there instead of raising, we're likely to have 4 colors.
See if Mr. Ivey puts in that blue chip. Nope, it's 5 white chips.
It looks quite baller with Ivy's stacks of money and chips. It's most baller.
Dwan misses. Phil Ivey's got a huge draw, nut flush draw, and an inside straight draw. A little $45,800 continuation bet. Ivey is analyzing the hand. It's very possible that Tom Dwan has a set. He raised $25,000 before the flop. He knows he's not going to get Tom Dwan to lay down a hand like ace-king or aces.
How much you start this hand with there?
About 750.
But he does have a big draw, and he is playing against Tom Dwan. He might decide to gamble and raise. He just calls. Three of spades on the turn, about as blank as you can get. 162,000 in the pot already. The man with 9 high bets 123-2. Phil Ivey has a big decision now. He feels he's behind and is trying to figure out if he can get paid off if he makes his hand. If a diamond comes, Can he get any money out of Dwan? If a jack comes, is he just going to split the pot? He decides to call. I think he's calling for two reasons. One, he feels he can get paid off if he hits his hand. And two, there's a small chance that Dwan is completely airballing. Ivey makes a pair of sixes on the river. Misses the flush, misses the straight. There's $408,700 out there. It's not like Tom Dwan to give up. This is the first time all season that the table's been completely quiet. Even Phil Lock and Antonio are quiet. He is loading the gun. He fires. 268,200.
How much is that and how much do you have left?
I have about 280 left.
Dwan's voice was a little shaky there. He did not want to hear any inquiries from Phil Ivey. Can't expect Phil Lock to be quiet forever.
$258 too.
268.
You can see that Phil Ivey is not showboating. He is seriously contemplating a call here with a pair of sixes.
Wow. Wait till you see how long. Wait till I see what I have that I'm taking this long. I'm not going to believe this one. No, you don't.
Yeah, I think I do.
This is going to be the sickest call of all time.
Dwan really looks nervous. What Phil Ivey's trying to decide is he really nervous or is he acting nervous? The truth is, he is really nervous.
Okay, let's see. Let's think about this a little bit.
Tom Dwan is starting to gulp now. The excitement is overwhelming to Ellie.
Sorry.
He only does for a minute. Anthony's like he's sleeping.
This is not, I don't usually take this long.
No, I don't.
No one cares, Ivy. You can take till the.
It's 500,000 in the pot. You want us to tell you anything? Yeah. 500 in the middle. Four something.
Go back to sleep, kid.
Let's go back to bed.
Dwan looks worse.
Can't be nothing. Except for that.
Can't be nothing except what Tom Dwan has.
Okay.
Oh, that one hurt.
God,
I
my
think he's
eyes
bluffing.
hurt so.
So
really
then give
think he's
him
bluffing.
5,000 if he
Staring
can't
at
show
that
you
card.
ace high or better. Give him a free roll for 1,000 on ace high or better if he can't.
I really think he's
The light's
bluffing.
just like,
What's wrong with your eyes?
because I was staring at the same card the whole time, and something about the lights must really.
You had the hand. Let's go.
Dur, you're a very interesting human. I'm glad to be in your orbit, you know? 'Cause
really-
I know we
you
don't
know
connect a lot, but it's nice to be around. Like,
Like, I must have just been at a weird light angle.
No.